Good Wednesday afternoon. This is Scott from NDPA Storm Chasers. I'm happy to give you your forecast for the day. As you can see, I'm rocking my NDPA official merch. This is the snow camel. As you guys know, our symbol is the snow camel because of Einstein the camel, and we've all heard the story. So, guys, I'm going to be probably happily reporting to you for the last time this year on the opportunity for snow. I'm not writing it off completely. I'm not telling you that it'll be impossible here on out, but this is probably the last time you'll see snowflakes this year, unless we get something unusual. And I would say most definitely the last chance for accumulating snow. So we'll hop right into the video. And let's get updated here. All right, let's update the radar, and this is what we're looking at right now. Nothing going on yet. It's going to be a fairly nice day today for the rest of the day. However, that will not be the case for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I told you we'd be monitoring that yesterday for starting time. And it looks like it's going to be starting before noon now, as the storm is moving up a little bit quicker than we had expected. So tomorrow will be very much a washout. If you're planning on doing anything, it's going to be a very rainy day. As you can see, all this precipitation, and there's quite a bit of it here, just a shield of rain. And the yellow areas are heavy rain. And if you get far enough south here, there's thunderstorms and even tornado warnings. As a matter of fact, if you live in Alabama, Mississippi, I forget who else is included. They're under a. I'm not sure if the National Weather Service officially declared a PDS or not, which is a potentially dangerous situation. It is what happened every so often, a couple times a year. You will see them put out an advisory because there is such a high risk for tornadoes that they put out a special advisory for that, and that's what's happening today. So, big time tornado threat out west, or out down to the south, I should say, but not for us. For us, it's going to be rain, and a lot of it, and then maybe a chance of snow at the end. So, I want to give you guys a heads up of what we're expecting. So, we'll hop into the HRRR model. And the reason why we like this model is it's a great short-range model, and it seems to do well, especially within 24 hours or so. It's done well this season. It does well most years. It's my favorite model when you get this close, and it's what I've used for years. So take a look at what this shows here now. Pennsylvania, obviously, so get yourself acquainted with the map here. And we jumped all the way ahead. Sorry, guys. So if you go through here, so right now we're looking at Wednesday, today I should say, moving into tomorrow. So right now we're right around midnight or so, and you see this rain's already starting to move into the area by 2, 3, 4 in the morning on Thursday. And by 7 a.m. or so, oh my God, why does this thing jump like that? It does it all the time. By 7 a.m. or so, rain will be everywhere. I mean, this is actually a little later than that, but by 7 or so tomorrow, the rain should move into the entire viewing area, and this rain will be heavy at times. So basically anywhere on the eastern 2/3 of the state, you should expect some real heavy rainfall amounts. Could be a ½ inch to an inch of rain. That's a lot of rain. There will be most likely some small stream flooding and stuff like that, But yeah, that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Big washout. Now, this is the storm that a week ago, this was being forecast as all snow. And it actually makes a lot of sense that had this all been snow, you'd be looking at a foot of snow. Had this entire 1 inch of liquid equivalent turned out to be snow, then those models would have been accurate. But it didn't work out that way. That's not how things pan out sometimes. Just like the storm, or whatever you want to call it, that we had yesterday, that didn't turn into much of anything. That was originally putting out a foot of snow. This is the one that people were talking about. Oh, we have a chance of 10 to 20 inches of snow, blah blah blah. Well, it's going to fall as rain. However, once we get through the day, now we're getting to the evening hours here and the overnight hours. So right here, we're looking at around 7 p.m. or so. And as you can see, just on the back side here, starting to get a change over to snow. And if you follow through the next few, clicks here, and then snow starts to move further south a little bit. Now you see it in the northern Appalachians here, or I should say the western Appalachians. Now you're starting to see some snow falling. And as we continue through, it spreads a little bit. Now we're getting into the whole back side here has turned to snow. And Poconos starting to dip into the Poconos just a bit. These are all higher elevation areas here that you can see that are showing up as snow. And then by the end, it looks like everything now, you take a look at everything here north of this red line, which will represent essentially the freezing line right here. So everything above our line here, it's our 540 line. Everything up to the north and the west of this line will be below freezing at this point. And that's important because there is a snowy component to the backside of this storm. How much? Not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of moisture to work with here. However, if you can see now, so now we're getting into 3 a.m. As of 3 a.m., everything in the entire area, this is showing up as rain. I promise you that will not be rain. This is going to wind up being snow. This will all be snow here, according to the way this model is depicting it. This is going to wind up being snow, even though it's showing up as green. So, looking at it from this perspective, it's not going to, you live up here in the Wyoming Valley, you're not going to see a whole lot. The eastern Poconos, definitely Lehigh Valley, definitely a chance for at least some snow. Not saying that it'll accumulate or anything, and then it starts to push on out of here. Now, this is just what the model is showing. So if this turns out to be a little bit more robust than the model is showing, and say it spreads a little further north, maybe this area could be included in this too. And you could be looking at some snow in these areas here. Now, how much? Everyone's going to ask the question, how much snow, blah, blah, blah. Not a whole lot. I'll show you what the model is putting out. And again, it's very modest, so nothing to get excited over. But there is small accumulations that are being put out by the model here. It's saying 1 to 2 inches, generally speaking. Those areas that are shown in purple on the map here are areas that could see more than 1 or 2 inches of snow. But that would have to be absolutely perfect. I highly doubt you're going to see anything like that. I think somebody possibly could see 2 inches, anywhere in this particular area here. But I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't count on it. There's going to be a lot of rain on the ground. It's not going to stick to probably anything. So if you do get an inch or two of snow, it's just going to be sitting on wet grass or maybe on your deck. It is going to get cooler behind the storm, though. But I don't see it sticking to the roads. They're going to be really warm at this point and very wet. So I can't see any of that sticking. However, I do see a pretty good chance now of snow on the backside here. I wasn't so sure about that earlier in the week, but it's looking like the opportunity is going to be there, and the other models agree with this too. So it's not just the HRRR model. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the GFS model here. What's up, dog? The GFS model, not a good short-range model, by the way, but even the GFS model picks up on the snow and has it crashing in at the end of the storm and ending as snow. And the GFS model now, interestingly enough, remember I was telling you about, depending on where that, where this changeover happens and how far north. This actually has Wyoming Valley included and not the Lehigh Valley. So just something to keep an eye on. And then eventually pushing south. So I do think that you're all going to see some snow at the end of this storm. I think it's going to most likely happen. But I don't see any kind of problems with the snow for a couple of reasons. And for one, let's take a look here. We're going to take a look at the air temperatures if I could find it real quick here. So this would be the reason why I'm not foreseeing a huge issue, but I do think that there will be some snow. So we're going to move this ahead. How far ahead am I? Oh boy, I'm going farther ahead than I want. All right, so Wednesday. Now we're into Thursday. See, it's, as you can see, this is why it's all going to be rain. All this warmer air, it's above 38 to 44 if you're in the Lehigh Valley, way too warm. But the temperatures do begin to crash. So these are the temperatures here at 03Z. So you'd be looking at around 10 o'clock p.m. temperatures. And still a little bit warm, but this area here is below freezing. This is Wayne County. And 34, 35, you're getting marginal here at that point. And as you can see, temperatures are going to be close. I think I was on the wrong day, I believe there. Sorry, guys. Right, there we go. Now I'm accurate. I apologize. That was the wrong day. All right. It's been a tough one. Okay, so this is actually 10 o'clock p.m. Thursday. And as you see, 37, 39, still too warm. But now it's not. Now your temperatures have changed here. So at this point, you're looking at temperatures in the 30s, creeping down the Wyoming Valley. And if we go one more screen ahead, this is 1 a.m. by the way, at 3 a.m., or I can't do math, 4 a.m., you're below freezing. So definite opportunity here for snow at the very end once the storm pulls out. And then because the temperatures are going to crash here afterwards, you can have a flash freezing issue here with all that rain on the ground. Eventually, once the storm clears out of here, these temperatures stay pretty low. You might have some slick spots out there, so you will have to be careful. Now, this will be after the opportunity for accumulating snow. However, I am concerned, though, with this flash freeze that you might have some icy spots on the roads. It's not like it's dropping into the teens or anything like that, but I mean, you're looking at mid-20s. So definitely cold enough to have some freezing issues for that rain that had already fallen. Especially on back roads, your driveway, your sidewalk. The temperature will warm up enough on Friday that it should melt away a lot of this. And, if there is any ice that forms, that should melt. However, it's definitely a concern that has dawned on me after all that rain to have the temperatures drop below freezing. So I'm not sure if anyone's going to talk about that very much, but it's definitely something to consider. So let's move on to something that you might all want to see. This is Sunday. Take a look. So Sunday, the 21st, which is 4 days from now. So once we get through all this rain and then change over to a little bit of snow and muckiness and stuff, look at this area of warmer air just flowing northeast. And for you spring lovers out there, let me show you. So this is Sunday. And then this is Monday. And then this is Tuesday. So guys, I'll warm up to temperatures that are anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above average for the end of the month here. Or that's not even really the end of the month yet, middle of the month. So it looks. I mean, this is great. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, all temperatures in the 60s, maybe even mid 60s. If you look here on Tuesday, and this is as far out as this goes. So, guys, I mean, this is really, like I said, this is really good news if this is what you're looking for. If you're ready for spring, I know at this point, I mean, you know, I don't foresee a big storm. Any snow that we would get at this point, I think, is just going to be a nuisance. These overnight lows are going to be a bit chilly, so bring on the warmth at this point. Bring on some of the spring type temperatures. You don't get 60 degrees for that long during the year, and it's some of the best weather you'll have all year. So that's what we're looking at, guys. And take a look here. We'll check out the. Sorry. We'll check out the Climate Prediction Center's forecast and what they're expecting here. And we had talked about this yesterday. So this dark red, or whatever you want to call that, maroon, I guess you would call it, that's your highest percent. That's your 90%. Your highest percent chance here of temperatures being above normal from the 22nd to the 26th. So this takes you a little further than what I just showed you. So we're going out even further into the month. And then for the very end of the month, you're looking at almost the same thing. 80% chance here of temperatures above normal. So this is why I'm saying, guys, the white flag has been waved, and this should be it. There's nothing I'm seeing that's going to indicate we're going to see anything else beyond this storm. This should be it. You know, this is from the 22nd to the 26th. And then this is from the 24th to the 30th. So, guys, I would say this is probably the end of winter. So maybe we'll get a couple inches of snow on top of the grass. Be careful. Watch for icy spots Friday morning. Again, I'll put out a forecast tomorrow and get you guys, you know, I'll put out more warnings, more advisors, and we'll post on the page just so everybody's updated on what's going to happen. But expect a pretty good rainstorm tomorrow. Changing over to a little bit of snow on the backside, you know, maybe some slush will form, and then a hard flash freeze and beautiful weather coming up in the next 7 to 14 days. It looks like all the way to the end of the month it's going to be beautiful at that point. So, guys, that's all I have for you. This is Scott with NEPA Storm Chasers. Enjoy, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.